Vladimir Putin is not a good guy. Vladimir Putin is a dictator, and Russia is not our friend. You don't need to be a Democrat to recognize this. You could be a Republican. Take, for example, Lisa Murkowski. Raw Story reports, most Republican lawmakers are either supporting Trump or staying silent, but one decided to stand up Saturday. Senator Lisa Murkowski, who has been a thorn in Trump's side at times but has sided with him in other instances, took to social media over the weekend to declare Trump is cozying up to Putin. Quote, "This week started with administration officials refusing to acknowledge that Russia started the war in Ukraine," Murkowski said. "It ends with a tense, shocking conversation in the Oval Office and whispers from the White House that they may try to end all U.S. support for Ukraine." She then added, "I know foreign policy is not for the faint of heart, but right now I am sick to my stomach as the administration appears to be walking away from our allies and embracing Putin, a threat to democracy and U.S. values around the world." Note President Trump's selectivity when it comes to our allies. Our ally Benjamin Netanyahu in Israel, they're great. We will roll out the red carpet for them. We will do whatever they want, push in his chair, shake hands with him, chum it up with him, repost AI videos of Trump and Netanyahu chilling out in a colonized Gaza that he's completely leveled. But Zelensky, he's not an ally that we want to be nice to. In fact, we're going to kick him out of the White House. Vladimir Putin is not a dictator. Zelensky is a dictator. Zelensky doesn't have elections, even though he was elected in 2019. Yeah, not a good look. Definitely wildly inconsistent. There are no principles to this administration. Although if there is one, it's Putin good. Putin good. That's the principle of this administration. Democratic strategist Matt McDermott said, "You're entirely correct. Do something about it." Democratic insider Brian Goldsmith said, "If only there were something she could do about this." Now, to be fair to the senator, I mean, she's not in the Trump administration. She's a member of Congress. Members of Congress cannot necessarily boss around the U.S. president. They can't create any sort of turmoil in the administration. She's not living inside the White House. She can theoretically do some things about it, I suppose, as a senator, but her power is very limited. I don't know if this is really just opportunistic criticism or what. It seems sincere. It seems like a lot of Republicans secretly or perhaps more openly don't like Putin that much, but they're afraid to criticize Trump. So they're like, oh, hey, okay, well, whatever. Trump was mean to Zelensky, but whatever. That's how it goes. Foreign policy is rough sometimes. The more honest ones will admit that they like Putin, or like Lisa Murkowski will say, don't cozy up to Putin, dude. What is wrong with you? Putin's not our friend. Zelensky's not a dictator. Grow up. Attorney and TV legal analyst Jeffrey Evan Gold replied, "Consider who you voted for to control the levers of power in Trump's government. It will not end well." Pro-Trump influencer Cat Turd said, "Lisa Murkowski has made us all sick at our stomachs for years, listening to her and looking at her." Yeah, that dude is just unhinged, Cat Turd. If you get news from him, or if you take whatever he says seriously, please get help. Cat Turd is freaking insane. The name is funny, but that's the only credit that I can give him. And he's got a cat profile picture. Like, he's too insecure about his looks to post his own picture. Politico described the senator's statement as a rare GOP rebuke. That's right. Those rebukes are rare. I mean, we've seen a few of them recently with the Doge thing, where people are saying, don't cut Medicare, don't cut Medicaid, pushing back on that budget bill, saying, oh, look, these mass firings might be going too far. Lisa Murkowski was actually one of the senators to criticize the idea of the mass firings. But other than that, rebukes against the GOP are pretty rare. I don't know, though, man. I think that if Republicans like Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon, and George H.W. Bush were around today, they would be disgusted with the Trump administration's cozying up to Putin, with the fact that Trump calls Zelensky a dictator and refuses to call Putin one. They would be appalled by that. I mean, Richard Nixon, tough on Russia. H.W. Bush and Reagan, they straight up ended the Cold War. They knew how to talk tough to Russia. And yeah, they'd be so disappointed in what happened to their party. And I'm not saying those guys are the best presidents. I'm not saying they're amazing presidents. But they had common sense enough to know that, hey, Putin's not a good guy. That, hey, Russia's not, well, Putin wasn't leader at their time, but still. That we don't cozy up to these people and we should stand up for our allies. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I know foreign policy is always a wild subject. Please like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. This has been the More the Merrier. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.